Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
It's called stochastic terrorism. The term sounds complicated, but the meaning is simple. Stochastic means random, unpredictable, but statistically inevitable. Terrorism here means the use of fear and violence for political gain. Put together, it describes a process where leaders, parties, or the press use words, not bullets, to inspire violence. They demonize their opponents, calling them monsters, traitors, or worse. They never say pull the trigger. Instead, they create the environment where someone else eventually will. That is the essence of stochastic terrorism. The pattern is always the same. 1. Inflammatory language is broadcast into the culture. 2. Plausible deniability shields the speaker. I never told anyone to commit violence. 3. Radicalized or unstable individual acts. 4. The cycle repeats, the responsibility is avoided. This is not accidental. This is willful and deliberate. They know exactly what they are doing, and history proves it. Nazi Germany, Joseph Goebbels' propaganda machine labeled Jews as subhuman and vermin. The German people were told these neighbors were a threat to society itself. Violence became inevitable, and millions looked the other way. Rwanda, 1994. The radio station RTLM called the Tutsi minority cockroaches. That language primed the minds of ordinary citizens to carry out one of the fastest genocides in history. Do you see the pattern? The language comes first, the violence follows. Today in America, a domestic terrorism movement grows, not in the shadows, but in broad daylight. When the left calls their political opponents Nazis, evil, or enemies of the people, their objective is clear: dehumanize them, justify their removal, and silence them through fear. My lifelong question has always been, how could the German people look the other way as the Nazis carried out the final solution? Now you are seeing the answer in real time, in the sickening spectacle of people cheering the assassination of Charlie Kirk. The Democrat Party has a responsibility. The press has a responsibility, and so do the universities, which have poisoned impressionable minds with hatred, intolerance, and a warped view of history. Together they have manufactured the conditions for violence. They must face that responsibility. They must accept culpability, because when you light the fuse, you cannot act surprised when the explosion comes. My friends, we are all anonymous, and today we are Charlie Kirk. They fear us not because we are violent, but because we see through their lies.
We have a Timo Hitler in the White House right now.
I just want to say that I have never promoted violence whatsoever.
The Trump Tower has a height of exactly 666 feet. According to NYC Architecture, Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, owns a property at 666 Fifth Avenue. Independent researcher Miles Mathis traces Trump's largely obfuscated genealogy and found that he is actually Trump also has an Rh-negative blood type, which links him to the Merovingian bloodline, a royal lineage which researcher Raymond Wilson found includes almost every other U.S. president. Trump also attended Fordham University, a Jesuit school, and in the formula, Fritz Springmeier and Cisco Wheeler exposed Jesuit universities as covert mind control and programming centers. Montauk and elite family cult whistleblower Alondra Markman also revealed how he saw Trump participate in certain rituals. Follow me for more hidden knowledge.
Why are people pointing out that the bullets don't even match the weapon in the Charlie Kirk situation? Think about that. Ammo and firearms are precision designed, yet here we've got rounds that don't even fit. Is that a coincidence, or is something being staged right in front of us? History shows us mismatched evidence has been used again and again to confuse the public. Wrong calibers, planted props, or details that never add up. And every time, it leaves behind just enough doubt to keep people distracted from the bigger picture. If the weapon in this story doesn't line up with the ammo, what else doesn't line up? Was this just sloppy handling, or a deliberate tell that the official narrative is full of holes? We've seen it before. Botched terror plots, high-profile cases, even assassinations where the smallest detail exposes the cracks in the script. And now, with Charlie Kirk, the same question echoes again. If the bullets don't fit the weapon in this case, what part of the story is really supposed to hit the target? You be the judge. If you're awake, you already know what to do. Hit the link in our bio and join our free underground newsletter.
The dragon has 3 heads. One to be a murderer who will unleash death. One to be a monarch whose crown will weigh heavy. And one to be mad whose ideas will change history.